and welcome to my channel. I have been very eager to share with you guys why I love being a software engineer. So here are 10 reasons why I adore this profession, in no particular order. Number 1, flexibility. I love the idea that I can literally work from anywhere and usually anytime. Well, that is as long as I have a computer and decent internet. Unless you are a freelancer, this privilege depends on the rules of the company that you are employed at. Usually they will allow you to be remote, but that is not always the case. Being with a company definitely has its benefits, which is why I've stayed at one. But I just love the idea that if I really wanted to work from, let's say Thailand, then I probably could. I also love the fact that I can usually select which hours to work because there really isn't a bad time to start coding. This is a huge plus for me because I am not so much a morning person. Number 2, stability. I think we can all agree that technology is, kinda in a creepy way, slowly taking over our lives. I mean, how many times in a day, or should I say an hour, do you check your phone or your computer, your iPad, TV, or Apple Watch? I mean, the list goes on. Technology is getting better and better every day, and more apps, games, devices, etc. are getting released every day, which just means software engineers are getting more and more needed every day. Because don't forget who is behind the scenes making all of these products. As long as technology is prevalent, which I have a feeling it is here to stay, then most likely software engineers will be needed too. Well, that is as long as robots don't end up taking over our jobs. Number 3, salary. This profession has definitely provided me with some financial freedom. I feel like I've worried less about money throughout the years, and it has also given me the opportunity to travel and splurge on occasions, which is awesome. But also, why do bills grow exponentially fast as you age? If you Google average software engineer salary with your city, then you can see how much money software engineers in your area are making, and then you can make your own judgment based off that. Number 4, it's never boring. There's always something to do in this profession, whether that is picking up the latest language that some Google developer created, or hotfixing a bug on your live application, or creating a to-do list app personalized just for you. Trust me when I say there's always something to do. So if you pick this profession, just know that you'll never be bored. You will probably be constantly learning your entire career. As fast as technology is growing, so is this profession. Number 5, creativity. You may have heard this story already, but the reason why I decided to become a software engineer at first was because I found it on a list of most creative professions. And now that I've been a developer for 4 years, I can say that I completely agree. I love the various ways that you can build something, and the fact that you can literally build anything you can imagine. You can compare it to art, except the software engineer is the painter and the paintbrush is your laptop. Number 6, the option to work at a company or freelance. Like I've said before, flexibility is one of the key reasons why I love being a software engineer. I can decide to work for a cool new tech startup where I have unlimited PTO and snacks, or I can decide to work for myself and live on a beach in the middle of nowhere. Not a lot of professions have these options, but I think it is a great one to have. I would say both have their pros and cons, so it really depends on your lifestyle and what you're looking for in your profession. Number 7, you get to learn an important skill. So by being a software engineer, you will learn and enhance your skills as a coder, which I think is a great skill to have, said by the software engineer. But yes, I don't think I need to mention again how technology is advancing, and if you didn't already guess, programming is pretty much the foundation of technology. I would think that learning something that is rapidly growing could be potentially very useful. Number 8, time can go by very fast. There will be times when I get so into coding I lose track of time, and sometimes even forget to eat. Usually this happens when I'm trying to complete a feature because I am just so close to finishing it, or maybe I'm fixing a dumb bug that seems to be messing everything up. The point is, I never watch the time when I code, and I love that. My days usually go by pretty fast. Number 9, there's high demand. I mentioned earlier the stability of a software engineer, so of course you would assume the demand has to be high too. And it is. Even though bootcamps are saturating the field, software engineers are still needed more than ever. Well, experienced developers, that is. So if you don't have any experience yet, I would advise to start getting that as soon as possible. And I also explain more about this in the Q&A videos I've uploaded. Also, no offense to males or anyone actually, but female developers are higher in demand, and well, that's just because of the lack of them in the field. And I personally would love to change that. Number 10, it can be social. As isolated as being a software engineer can seem to be, it can also be very, very social. There is a huge tech community out there with so many different forums like Stack Overflow or GitHub, where software engineers can just gather and talk about ideas or help think of different ways to solve a problem. In your career, you will most likely make an application to be used by someone else, and definitely will use an application that was built by someone else. If you work for a company, then you will probably work in a team that usually consists of at least 5 people. A product manager, Q&A, which stands for quality assurance, a designer, a scrum master or product manager, and of course your software engineers. Not only will you plan and create applications with these people, but you'll probably go out to happy hour with them too. Thank you guys so much for watching. In my next video, I'll explain all the reasons why I hate being a software engineer. So stay tuned.